Welcome to the Fighting Irish Nation podcast, giving you the background on the 98th season of Magic under Missionary Ridge. I'm your host, Brandon Culpepper, and today we've got a real treat. We have to edit these podcasts and we have to do some things to them to get them ready to post up and so you guys can see them. But the moment we're sitting in right now, it is the Monday after our third victory in a row. We just got another big one against Webb on Friday night, and so we have improved ourselves to 4-3 for the year, which is a great breakthrough as we move into October and just have a lot of momentum. And with all of that, we have a great guest today, and I'm super excited, to introduce you guys if you haven't met him and talked to him. The quarterback of our team, Cooper Campbell. Welcome, Coop.
Thank you. Thank you.
Excited to have you here, man.
Yes, sir.
Just a little bit of background on Cooper. He is the obviously the leader of our offense. He is the our quarterback and kind of the architect on the offensive side on the field of our 3-game win streak. Cooper grew up right here in Ottawa, Tennessee, where football started in the front yard with friends and a Sunday flag football league that sparked a lifelong love of the game. That sounds a lot like your dad and even Coach Hill. They got started kind of like that with just pickup games and things. But after working his way through multiple positions, he took over as starting quarterback as a sophomore, and this season he's proving he belonged in that role. Under Cooper's leadership, the Irish have caught fire, stacking 3 straight wins and building serious momentum heading into the rest of October. He's known for his energy, creativity, and calm under pressure, traits that have helped ignite a turnaround on the field and unite the team in the locker room. Off the field, Cooper brings that same creativity and drive to everything he does, from playing golf to designing and sketching, which is really interesting. He describes himself as creative, hardworking, and fun to be around. And it's clear those qualities are rubbing off on his teammates and the school community. So the team's on a win streak.
Yes.
What's been the biggest difference these past few weeks since, we kind of had a 3-game slide and now we've got a 3-game streak? What's kind of happened to kind of get us back on the right road, would you say?
I feel like it's more of a team this time now. I feel like Coach Hill and all the other coaches have really kind of brought us together, and we're all kind of figuring out that we're gonna do better as one.
Yeah, for sure. I know it seemed like at the beginning of the year, we're competitive in
Mhm.
every game we play and we fight hard. We push hard, but there would be these breakdowns,
Yes,
like
sir.
it'd be penalties or turnovers or whatever. And as I look at the roster, you got a lot of young guys, right, that
Yes,
are
sir.
around you, and
Mhm.
that's just part of growing up as a football player. Is you got to fight through that adversity when it hits with penalties or with a turnover or blown assignment, whatever. And I've been making a big deal on our website, or the Fighting Irish Nation website, where I've been harping on the fact, the process is great
Mhm.
and the energy's great because you were around here
Yes, sir.
when it was different,
Yes, sir.
right? So compare what it was like when you were first coming into Notre Dame, kind of where things were, where they are now.
Yes, sir.
How would you describe that?
I feel it was definitely a culture thing. Back then it was just kind of like, I mean, it was a surprise if we won. I mean, we always kind of
Yeah.
had the expectation of a loss, and now we're like figuring out that we have the talent and we have the ability to do the things that we can do, and so I feel like definitely came together.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I think expecting to lose it's hard to break through
Mm-hmm.
that. It is. And I sense that we expect to win
Hmm.
when we go out there now. And that made to me, just as someone watching this, that seems to be to me to be the biggest breakthrough
Hmm.
psychologically. It's just to be able to when you go out there, we know we can do this. We got
Hmm.
the guys to do it. We got the talent to do it. We're developing the discipline to do it, and now we're doing it.
Hmm.
So who we got this week?
We got CCS. It's
CCS.
senior night too.
I knew the answer to that. I just want to
Hmm.
hear you say it. So, Chattanooga Christian.
Hmm.
There's some teams we need to beat, right?
Yes,
This
sir.
is one of them.
Yes, sir.
We need to find a way to beat them. We need to find a way to beat Silverdale, and we
Hmm.
need to figure out a way to beat Boyd Buchanan when we get to that.
Hmm.
I think that those 3 are the big benchmarks for us, and super excited to be going into this with a target on CCS's back.
Hmm.
I think 2 or 3 years ago, it sounded ridiculous for us.
Hmm.
It doesn't sound ridiculous today, right?
Yes, sir.
So, I mean, I think it starts with you, and if I could relay one thing as an old former coach, let's get lit. I mean, let's
Hmm.
get pumped up. Let's
Hmm.
go after them hard because I know you guys can do it. I
Yes,
mean,
sir.
okay, there's my pep talk. Anyway, I had to say it. But, how's the energy in the locker room right now? Like, how would you what is it what are you feeling from the guys?
It's definitely different. everyone's more either it's just everyone's just calm, trying to
Yeah.
get their locked in, or it's everyone's getting hyped up. Let's go.
That's interesting.
Mhm.
So, as far as the guys that are calm and the guys that are high, like, how's that break down? Who are some guys you would say, okay, these are the high energy guys that are just like way up there, and then there's the calm dudes that just explode during the game. Who are some examples of both of those? Would you say?
I would say Jaquarion's definitely a high energy guy. He's got to get going for a game.
Hmm.
I feel like definitely like Dre or Ryan,
Yeah,
they're kind of just like a calm, just
yeah, I can see that.
that's how they.
Yeah, I can see that for sure. I haven't been around Ryan a little bit,
Hmm.
back when I coached. I mean, yeah, for sure. He's intense, but he's quiet.
He's quiet.
So yeah, I can see that for sure. What are you most proud of in how this team's responded? When you go through 3 losses in a row,
Hmm.
it's easy to quit mentally at that point. But that's one of the things I was so excited to get you in here today, and I'm almost glad when we tried to do this and we kinda got sick that time. We tried this a few weeks ago and Cooper didn't wasn't feeling great, so we pushed it down. I'm glad we're doing it now because now you've been through some of the season and you're sitting here at this moment, and then, we had that stretch where things were not going that well. How do you keep it together as the quarterback of the team? Like, what were you saying to the guys? What were you trying to make them understand and feel so you could break through?
I mean, I feel like it was Coach Hill too. I feel like
Yeah.
we had this 3 straight losses, and it was kind of we were like, dang. And
Mhm.
so Coach Hill was like, "It's a new season now. We're gonna turn this around." So it starts. We're 0-0 now,
Yeah.
and so I feel like everyone's just kind of calmed down and realized that if we calm down and do the things we're coached to do, we can definitely run up the scoreboard.
Yeah, I could see that for sure. I know that, when you're watching these games, I mean, it's funny as a spectator, you can see body language
Hmm.
shift. Like when something bad happens and the team goes in the tank, if that ever happens, you can kinda just see that body language shift. No matter what's happened with Notre Dame this year, I haven't ever seen that.
Hmm.
It's almost okay, things aren't going exactly how we want them to go. We're gonna keep fighting even
Yes,
more
sir.
bad. So, and that to me, when people ask me why am I so, dadgum excited about this football program, it's because of that.
Hmm.
And to me, that's more important than winning or losing right now. It's the process, and is it a winning process? Are we doing the things that we need to do to be successful? And then are we fighting? And
Hmm.
do we really believe it? And all that is yes, yes, yes.
Hmm.
So it's just really, really cool to watch that evolve. And brother, we would not be doing that without your leadership.
Hmm.
I know Coach Hill, your dad, but your quarterback is key in this moment. And you're, I think, positioned in a way where you bridge where Notre Dame was and where it's going. And what I hope you take from this is 3, 4, 5, 10, 20 years from now, when Notre Dame becomes what it's going to become,
Hmm.
you look back and say, okay, I kind of planted some seeds there.
Yes, sir.
And that's something to be really proud of. It really is. So, just to kind of back up on that a little bit, as a younger quarterback, how do you keep people ground? I kind of ask, how do you get them to be excited and push through? How do you keep them grounded? You know what I mean? Like, how do you keep them okay? We don't just walk out there and win, guys. I mean,
Hmm.
sometimes you can get a little bit irrational about it. So, as you go into a big game with a good team like we are this week,
Hmm.
how do you keep them focused and grounded to know, okay, we got to execute. So what's your message to them this week?
I feel like we just like the drills we do in practice,
Mm,
like little details, catching, just going off of reads and stuff. We just gotta stick to those things and
mhm,
just not try to get too hyped, not try
mhm.
to run before you catch the ball, like JT does sometimes. So,
Yeah, yeah, for sure. I mean, we got great like, I mean, he's a great athlete,
mhm,
obviously. I mean, no denying. I mean, he's unusually talented.
mhm,
But what can hurt anybody that's that gifted is trying to do too much.
mhm,
It's like you let the game come to you, And I can see that, especially when you're hyped, when you
yes, sir.
want to do well so bad. That you kinda get out in front of yourself a little bit. So that I think that's really good
Mhm.
advice. Who is stepping up alongside you? Like, who would you call out as team leaders, on the offense and the defense right now? Who would you say, "These are the guys that are really leading it right now?"
I would say on defense it would be Miles
Yeah.
Carter.
He's everywhere. Yeah.
he's been doing a lot. He's
Yeah.
been more vocal. He's
Mhm.
stepping up definitely. Offense, I would say Dre.
Yeah.
Dre's been stepping up, vocal,
Mhm.
getting everyone together, hyped up.
Yeah. Sometimes it's when you get a team that's, got a lot of young guys,
Mhm.
it's amazing how sometimes the young guy steps up and becomes a little bit of a leader.
Mhm.
Sometimes it has to happen. It's hard
Yeah.
to do that when you're, a sophomore. Sometimes even when you're a junior,
Mhm.
it's tough to get in position, but I think sometimes that does have to happen, and, you know, it's good when it I mean, because if you think about having younger guys that are because those guys you mentioned, like Miles, what year is he?
He's a junior.
He's a junior, right?
Mhm.
And Dre is a
Junior.
junior,
Mhm.
and Jacorian's a
Junior.
junior. Okay, so, man, you know, they're gonna be here a minute.
Mhm.
They're gonna take what they learned this year and apply to next year. And that, you
Exactly.
know, that's on down the road, but, that's exciting if you think
Mhm.
about those are your leaders,
Definitely.
you know, so that's gonna bode well for Notre Dame. What has Coach Hill's message been to you guys? Like, went through the 3 games that went bad, the 3 games now who have gone good. What's his tone and what's his message?
I feel like the message is like we have sparks of these things that we can do really good. It's just sometimes not all the time, but those sparks really just show that what we can do.
Yeah,
We can
yeah.
do a lot of things with those.
You can. I mean,
Mhm.
it's when it comes together for you guys, it's powerful. It's
Mhm.
like, bam, it happens quick. I
Mhm.
mean, you can score so fast when it's clicking.
Sorry.
And your defense is nasty too,
Mhm.
you know? And it's almost kinda like when things don't go well, there's just like there's something that broke a little bit,
Yeah.
but it's not effort, it's not talent. This
Mhm.
is some little thing like
Mhm.
that. Yeah, you're right, if it's been consistent. I
Mhm.
mean, I think if we're consistent, there's nobody we can't beat. I
Mhm.
believe that, you
Definitely.
know? What's the mindset going into the rest of October as you push toward the playoffs? Like, has there been any talk about that yet? Or is it more just focused game to game to game to game?
I think it's more focused just game to game.
Amen.
Mhm.
I agree. That's how
Mhm.
you should be.
Mhm.
Yeah. You know, I mean, there's no reason for us to do anything but do that.
Mhm. Yes,
Win,
sir.
you know, games around here have been, you know, winning games is tough.
Mhm.
When you get on a roll, you know, the way to continue that is be where your feet are, you know,
Mhm.
kind of stay in the moment of what we have to do this week. And us fans can daydream
Mhm.
about playoffs and things like that. But I really believe, and I think there's a lot of us around the, you know, the Notre Dame community that believe you guys got it in you know, and we believe in you. And sometimes you need to hear that, I think,
Yeah.
from outside the family, so to speak. You know,
Mhm.
there's a lot of the biggest reason why we do this podcast is engagement with the
Mhm.
outer community that's Notre Dame, because there's a lot of people
Mhm.
that are following this that went to school here. I've talked many times about like how old this school is and how long it, you know, I said that it's the 98th season. It's the 98th football season. That's not the school's been around a lot longer than
Yeah.
that. We've been playing football that long. And so,
Mhm.
you know, there's a lot of alumni that are really interested in this. And so, what I hear just for you to take back to the team is just how excited everybody is about
Mhm.
what's happening and how, you know, everybody believes in you guys and is just super stoked about you know, what's going to happen in October.
Mhm.
And kind of along those lines, you know, I think you've got good fan support right now.
Mhm.
You know, I mean, I've noticed that these games you know, we're kind of selling out. We're kind of,
Mhm.
you know, I know we're running out of parking. That's the
Yeah.
one thing the Booster Club does, which I assume means it's a full stadium. What does that? Do you feel that difference from the community in the games at all, or is that something that's outside what you're experiencing at all?
I feel like it's a little outside. I
Yeah.
mean, you can tell when there's a lot of people there, it's
Mhm.
loud cheering, but I mean, I feel like it's kind of outside thing. Just
That's such a great answer.
mhm.
If you'd have said, "Oh, yeah, man, we feed" I mean, you know, I think that's actually so healthy. I know
Mhm.
that you see it like that. But I can tell you, you
Mhm.
know, that, there's a lot of people in and around those games, and there's a lot of people, like, over there in that tailgate area,
Mhm.
you know, that are, big time supporters of the program, that support the program with their time, you know, financially, that have just kinda been connected at one level or another. That place is full,
Mhm.
and those people are really excited.
Mhm.
So, just know there's a lot of support there, you know, and that I think as we get into the rest of the season, you know, that's going to be really fun to play off of for sure. If you could talk directly to the student section, because I know, you know, even though you go to school with a lot of these folks, they don't get to talk to you one on one
Mhm.
a lot, you know, because you're a busy guy.
Mhm.
What would you tell the students right now? Like, what would your message to them be?
I would say stay engaged with the game because there's man, I don't really see it a lot, but there's
Yeah,
just times where
yeah,
kinda need a little
yeah,
crowd energy,
yeah,
but I say stay engaged with
yeah.
the game.
For sure. I mean, you know, one thing about Notre Dame, the students, they're there through everything, you
Mhm.
know.
Definitely.
And I'm excited for them that you know to when you have some success to feed off of that. I'm hopeful that that energy flows through the game. I know you know I've been to like one or two of those pep rallies
Mhm.
over the years, and those those things are pretty cool,
Yeah.
man. They get
They are.
everybody kind of hyped up. So I assume those are still going well.
Mhm.
You know. Okay, just some quick things. So what
Mhm.
if you could call out one best play or throw so far this year that you've made? What would you do? Is there any one thing that stands out so far?
Honestly, it was probably this past game. It
Okay.
was weird. It was like 15 seconds left, and we called a screen to, running back,
Mhm.
and it was right before halftime, and we were gonna come out and get the ball, and you ran it probably 70 yards down the field.
Oh, really?
Everyone was downfield blocking. It was crazy.
It's fun to watch yeah, it's fun to watch a running back run, you know? It's fun as a quarterback when you don't have to throw it far, but you get a 70-yard
Mm,
completion, right?
definitely.
Okay, if this season this is a crazy question, but if this season had a soundtrack, what would it be?
Ooh, that's a deep question.
Mhm.
This season had a soundtrack.
Yeah, like, what artist or what album or what music would be the background to this season so far?
I would say something that starts off slow and then starts going fast.
Okay,
So,
okay,
probably one of my favorite rappers, the Yeat song.
okay.
Mhm,
That might go viral right
mm,
there. Okay, then we need to put that background music to this thing when we do this. Okay. Favorite video game?
I would say the finals.
Finals?
Mm,
Okay, and playing at the next level for you. What is your thought about that?
kinda just I'm kinda in between things right now, just
Okay.
kinda I feel like I'm kinda just focusing on our
Focus
season,
on what
and
you're
then
doing. Yeah.
after, just kinda
Yeah.
gonna see where God takes me.
Amen, man.
Mhm,
Well, that's great. I mean, one of the coolest things about this little talk we've had this morning is you seem so focused
mhm,
on the moment, and executing this week, and that is so mature. I mean, I don't mean to sound like the old man sitting
mhm,
here, but it's hard when you're in high school to really to be that way, and I think if you just continue that and continue leading the team that way, that is gonna really, really help everybody. So, that is super exciting. Let's see, we've kinda got I've got this big long list of questions here that I came up with, and some of them are just like, I don't know, some of them don't really apply. Okay, yeah, last question here. How do you keep the momentum going? Like, if you look at where we are today, being, focused on the moment like you talked about, how do you really lock guys in and keep them pushing forward toward where you wanna be? How would you say?
I feel like it's not really like a hype kinda thing. I feel like it's just staying composed and saying just the things we are doing so far, just staying in that kinda mindset.
Well, again, I mean, I appreciate that answer so much and appreciate you being here today. This whole thing with Fighting Irish Nation, I think, has gotten a lot of momentum. And one of the things that we've been trying to do is to bring the community around the team in a more intense way.
Mm,
And really, a lot of that's financial support. A lot of that's just kind of connecting the alumni together. And hopefully, as time goes on, you see more and more of that. It won't be long before you're one of those alumni.
mm,
We'll be calling you, get you to participate in some of this stuff. But if you're listening to this, please go to our website, fightingirishnation.boosterhub.com. That is where you can access all of our information and content. It's also where you can support us. One of the things that has happened over the season is that we have had a tremendous amount of expense. When we started the season, I think about this time last year, we had something about like 38 players. Now we have close to 60 players. Every time we bring a new player on, it's very expensive because it's about $1,100 to $1,200 per player to outfit them and put them out there on the football field. By the time you do that, feed them, et cetera, you've got you got tens of thousands of dollars that we've had to come up with to support things. We can't do that without you, Fighting Irish Nation. So if you're listening to this, if you're seeing this, the way you can help us is to go to that website, and in the store, there's ways you can donate. You can sign up for different levels of donation. You could also give one time. My hope is that you'd go to that one time donation and give what you can. We're at a moment right now where we need that to be able to finish up the year strong. So if you go again to fightingirishnation.boosterhub.com, go to the donate area and do what you can. That has a huge impact to help us finish out the season strong. We'll keep adding content like this. We'll keep bringing you fresh information, and we'll keep trying to do what we can to keep you engaged with the football program because we believe we're going to have a really strong end of the year. So I want to thank you for joining here. Thank you, Cooper, for being
thank
here,
you.
and go Irish.